Welcome back, or welcome in to my pick a card reading. For this one, I'm gonna try and do something a little different and implement some ASMR into this reading. I'm also going to show the shuffling process and kind of what I do during my readings as well. So this reading is for what chakras to balance out, whether it's overactive or underactive. So we have our Wild Tarot deck here, our Self-Care Oracle deck, and our Affirmation Sacred Empowerment deck. Okay, so before I start, I'm gonna light some sage and these 2 candles. This is to clear the room and to cleanse our space and ourselves as well. So some on our sides, some on top, and behind you. So these candles here are cedarwood antique. I don't remember their exact properties, their magical properties, but I do know they are great for relaxation and I think aromatherapy as well. Alright, so the spread I decided to do for you guys isn't going to be by person, but by each chakra. So there are going to be 7 piles. There are going to be 3 cards, or 3 Wildwood Tarot cards for each. And what I'm going to do is based off the dominant color, or the color that stands out, that's going to be the chakra. And the 3 cards are also going to have a message for why you should balance that chakra. And then of course we're going to have the Self-Care Empowerment deck that not only confirms what the message is saying, but to kind of like a mantra to repeat to yourself to raise your energies. And then we're going to use the Self-Care Ritual deck, so you know kind of how to raise your vibrations. So we start with our first pile. Oh, by the way, my best friend got me this selenite slab for my birthday. It's great for it's great for cleansing cards after each reading, and it's, at least for me, it works pretty fast. After each reading, I just put the cards on there, pick it back up, and then reshuffle for a new reading. Okay, so I'm gonna start with our first pile. So pile number 1. Usually when I draw for the Sacred Empowerment deck or the Ritual deck, my intention is to draw one, but if more fall out, I read those as well. I'm going to draw for pile number 2. By the way, these are going to be in any order, so it's not going to be like from the first chakra to the 7th chakra. Number 2. self-care oracle. Secret apartment deck. Sometimes I'll shuffle multiple times before trying to do so. Number 5. Suppose 6 and 7. Number 6. for those of you guys who prefer crystals, I'm gonna draw some randomly out of this box here. So I usually just look away and shuffle through them and pick a random one for each pile. Okay, so even though this is a chakra reading, be sure to pick with your intuition and not with your eyes, because the crystals may or may not correlate with the chakra that you choose. For pile number 1, we have carnelian here. Pile number 2 is this pendulum made up of multiple crystals. I see some amethyst and blue kyanite. Then we have our lapis lazuli for pile number 3. I have no idea what this is. It's some kind of purplish, bluish gray in color. This is Temple Jasper for pile number 5. Malachite necklace for pile number 6. And then we have amethyst for pile number 7. Right, so choose as many as you want. And I'm going to start number 1 in a few seconds. This is pile number 1. If you guys chose the carnelian here. Okay, so we have Knight of Fizzles, Generosity. 3 of Bows, Fulfillment. And 20, the Great Bear. Okay, so off the bat, the initial color I'm getting from this is yellow. So I'm thinking that it could be the solar chakra. And then we have rest. And I release attachment to the outcome and choose to enjoy the journey. Okay. So, because I'm not that well versed in chakras, I'm going to do a little bit of research while I do this reading as well. So I have a page pulled up for the readings, or for the chakras. Alright, so according to these pages, the solar plexus chakra, or just the solar chakra, is a third chakra, usually characterized by the color yellow. When it is under active, there are feelings of apathy, rejection, mistrust, worries, and dependency. However, when it's overactive, there's stubbornness, dread, inability to relax, anger, and perfectionism may manifest from overactive chakras. For you guys, I think this is dealing with an underactive chakra, just because we have these two here. So this card in reversed, so this is usually the judgment card in the Rider-Waite tarot deck, but because I'm an intuitive reader, I don't usually interpret the cards. I don't really interpret the cards exactly from the book. Sometimes I do, but it depends on if I'm drawn to it or not. So usually when this is upright, sometimes I see this as someone coming forward or taking initiation to go forward, but because it is in reversed, it looks like someone who's hesitating to take the next steps, or someone who's hesitating to come forward. And this one with the rebels, I just see this person here because their hand is up. I see this person as someone who's holding their hands up to kind of halt someone. And because of that, I see these cards as like a block card, which means something is blocking you in your life. And for a lot of you, I do think it is yourself that's blocking you. And then we have this one, Manifest Social Generosity in reversed. So this is the main card I see as a chakra card, and this is why I think a lot of you have underactive chakras, just because this is in reversed. So usually when this is upright, this is someone who's usually has a lot, and they can give a lot, but this is someone who's a little bit more pessimistic in their approach, and a little bit more pessimistic in their mindset. So going back to the underactive chakra, whether feelings of apathy, feelings of rejection, mistrust, worries, and dependency. I also think, according to this other page, it also symbolizes mental activities, intellect, personal power, and will. So I think all those areas, especially when it comes to personal power, will, all those areas, to balance the chakra out, you do need to raise those levels up. So we have here, I release attachment to the outcome to choose to enjoy the journey. So I think for a lot of you, a lot of this pessimism could be from maybe you're going towards your goal, or you have something set up, or you're trying to manifest something, and this could be you, or all this could be you thinking that you can't make it there, or that is not meant for you, or anything of that sort. And it's saying to not give up hope, to just work on things day by day, or minute by minute, or just little by little. And here, of course, it is saying to rest. So this pessimism, so a lot of you guys could be working really hard for this, and you're not getting enough rest. And for some others of you, these feelings of pessimism or not, or feeling like you can't make it or anything like that. It could be that these thoughts are keeping you awake at night, and it's time to let all that go and remember to just enjoy the journey. Alright, so if you guys liked pile number 1, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and to go down for my personal readings for in my Etsy shop down below, and Instagram for my tarot updates. Alright, we have pile number 2. For those of you guys who chose this pendulum here. Alright, so we have 6 of those, abundance in reversed. 2, the seer in reversed. And 3 of Aries, jealousy in reversed. Alright, so before I continue on to this one, I do see red as the main color, and according to this one, I think that would be the root chakra. Okay, then we have dance. I have the power to transmute anger and pain into progress and change. And my clarity lies in deep surrender. Okay, so what are we getting from this card? So root chakra symbolizes safety, survival, grounding, nourishment from earth energy, and then with an underactive root chakra, that can mean low self-esteem, insecurities, poor focus, low libido, lack of energy, lack of coordination, loneliness, and depression. When it's overactive, intolerance, aggressiveness, rigidity, hyperactivity, and greed can manifest. Alright, so because of these 2 cards, I think most of you guys are dealing with an overactive chakra. So I'm going to do a little bit more clarifications with these cards here. But the Seer card is equivalent to the High Priestess card. And of course, this one talks about anger, which makes me think about the overactive chakra. Okay. Alright, so for this one, I'm seeing this as maybe some of you guys are trying to attract abundance, and it's, there could be some blocks there, or some of you guys just have general abundance, lack of abundance in your life, whether or not you're trying to attract it. And then for this one, the Seer card, which I said before, is equivalent to the High Priestess. The High Priestess is usually about intuition, so I feel like, especially because of the anger and frustration, you're not using your intuition to your best abilities there. And then 3 of Arrows, jealousy, again, because I connected these 2 cards earlier, this could be feelings of frustration and anger. Okay, so just in case, I'm going to clarify these. Okay, yeah, so wait, let me do this one more time. Alright, so we have our clarification cards here. Starting from the first one, we have Four of Stones, Endurance, and Reverse. Also notice the two flames here. So I think this is just further clarifying what the first card meant. And then we have Two this year in reverse, and Four of Vessels, Boredom. So I don't think this is just about you not using your intuition to your best abilities, but I think it means you're kind of just ignoring it as well. You're not really taking the steps forward to kind of manifest what you want. And I also think it's because of your frustrations and anger. And I think because you're kind of frustrated with where you are right now, it could be that you're kind of entangled. So with these two 14 balance, I'm not seeing this as a balance, but I see these two snakes or serpents being intertwined in a knot where it's kind of hard for them to get out. And with the 15, the Guardian in reverse, seeing this as something blocking your path. So it's like your anger, frustration. It's like when they say when people see red, they don't really see anything else. So I think that's kind of what this is saying here. And like I said earlier, this anger, frustration, using quote unquote seeing red, or just not allowing yourself to think outside the box. It could be that's blocking your intuition as well, and ultimately what's blocking this attraction abundance. Alright, so we have clarity, lights, and deep surrender. Yes, so I do think this coincides with the anger, frustration. It's going to just let all that go. And we have dance. So this isn't just saying to, dance alone in your living room, wherever. If you want to, that's fine. That's a really good way to let out some frustrations. But I also think it's saying to kind of, like this card is in here, to kind of use that frustration and anger and to use that in a more productive way, instead of just kind of sulking around and thinking nothing's going to go your way. And alright, yeah, so if you guys like this one, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Go down below for my personal readings on my Etsy, and I also have my Instagram where I usually post the piles a couple of days before I upload the videos. Alright. Okay, pile number 3. If you guys chose this lapis lazuli here. Alright, so for your 3 cards, we have 10 of Bows, Responsibility, and reversed. Queen of Arrows, the Swan, and reversed. And Ace of Vessels, the Water of Life, in reversed. Alright, so already I'm seeing blue as the main color, and that could be, I think that is the throat chakra. Yep, so we have it's looking for me to say no to things that don't resonate, create art, and time with friends. Alright, so for the throat chakra, if that chakra is overactive, there can be hyperactivity, criticizing others, over opinionated, and disrespectful, and being disrespectful. However, if it's underactive, you have self-criticism, hard time articulating thoughts, cowardice, and bloating. Okay, so from these two, I'm seeing this as someone who doesn't really go forward in what they want, which could also do with self-criticism and cowardice as well. So usually when I see this card, right, someone going with the flow, and with this card, it's someone who's working hard to get towards where they want, and they have the confidence to do so. But because these are in reverse, this is basically saying the opposite. And then we have Water of Life in a reversed. So yeah, I think all three of these is pretty much saying there's some level of pessimism about your self-confidence. So it's like you don't want to step forward because there's like this underlying pessimism about it. I kind of want to further clarify this card, so I'm going to draw another card for that. Okay, so we have Two of Arrows in Justice. And just one more for this one. Okay, so for this one, not only am I seeing pessimism, but sometimes with this card, something this one is looking directly at this elk here, as if the elk is their main interest or the target or whatever it is they're going for. Depending on the reading, it could be a person of interest or whatever goal or path they're going for. Reversed with this card here, it's like you're blocking yourself from that vision there. So instead of you seeing your path or your goal or whatever it is, it's like there is this barrier in between here, and I think that's what this the blindfolds are kind of representing in this card here too. And with this deck, I'm seeing this as whatever is blocking you. It could be a strong presence, and I do think most of it is within yourself, and I just think that it means that whatever block it is, it's going to take some little bit more effort to get over. Not that you can't, but I'm just pretty much just saying that it may take a little bit more self-care. Okay, so going to this card, it's looking for me to say no to things that don't resonate. So yeah, this is the main card that makes me think this is about the third chakra. So I think these two, it's really about going towards your goals, but also expressing your thoughts, your opinions, and being comfortable in your abilities. So with this card, I also think a lot of you guys may be people pleasers, and I also think that for some of you, this could represent those people that you're trying to please as well, which is why there could be a block there too. And then we have time with friends. This is pretty much face value. Be more social. Don't spend time with yourself, because if you're in a state where you already feel self-critical of yourself, being alone in your own thoughts is just gonna make that a lot worse. And then we have create art. Yeah, so this is just saying to express yourself, be more creative. Even if you're not a drawer or a writer or any sort of artist, it's just saying to do something kind of outside of your comfort zone. Alright, so that was pile number 3. If you guys like that, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And be sure to go down below for my personal readings on my Etsy shop. And I have an Instagram where I post the piles a few days before I post them on YouTube. Alright? Pile number 4 is this mysterious stone here. Right, so we have Ten of Stones home, the Journey in reversed, and Eight of Vessels rebirth. Alright, so I'm kind of getting an orangish color here. I think that's the sacral. Yeah, so that is the sacral chakra. So when that is overactive, you can get mood swings, hysteria, sexual addiction, seductive manipulation, and guilt. With it being underactive, you can get dependent. There's dependency, frustration, shame, overindulgence, depression, and fear of pleasure. And for your self-care cards, we have Take a Bath. I'm expanding past my comfort zone into a greater possibility. And I am a vessel through which divine creativity flows. Okay, so I think... Okay, so I do think this is more about an underactive sacral chakra. I think these may point to some form of addiction as well. So the rebirth card, not only am I seeing it as some sort of cycle, because, of rebirth, but I also see these cups as seeing this as being overfilled, which kind of points to the overindulgence. But that combined with the rebirth and also this card, the 13 reverse, where things aren't really going anywhere, to the point where the addiction is kind of counterintuitive. Well, I mean, addiction pretty much is counterintuitive in itself, but this is just, pointing to that. Or this is just clarifying the cycle of this card. And then we have Ten of Stones home, which also clarifies the counterintuitive nature, or really not going anywhere because of these addictions. And it doesn't have to be like a substance abuse addiction or food addiction or anything like that, but just something where you're in this sort of pattern where you know that it's not productive for yourself, but you keep doing it anyway. So for my class, yesterday we had to read a paper on addictions and the neurocircuits of habit. Of course, I'm not going to go over the full paper, but they define habits as goal-directed learning as a particular behavior becomes automated with repetition and its performance becomes less dependent on the outcome. So that pretty much means that you're not doing these addictions that you do or these habits you do. You don't do it to get an outcome, but you just do it because in that moment it kind of feels good. Okay. So we have Take a Bath. So I'm also taking this at face value, but it also just means to cleanse yourself, not just physically, but also, especially if you do partake in any substance abuse or maybe food addictions that aren't great for you, it's going to do a cleanse as well. And yeah, of course, if you do have substance abuse, it's not going to be that easy, but it is possible. Alright, so I'm expanding past my comfort zone into a greater possibility. Again, breaking past that addiction or that habitual phase or those habits or whatever it is that you have going on. And then I am a vessel through which divine creativity flows. So yeah, just saying that you're not trapped in your addictions, you're not trapped in whatever this is. It's saying you're a lot bigger than that, you're much bigger than that. And even though you may even though you may be one of those people that have, I think the neural, I guess, connections or neural wiring that makes you more prone to addictions, is saying that you're not trapped in that lifestyle. Alright, and seeing if there's anything more for the root chakra or the sacral chakra. Okay, so we have, so emotions, creativity, sexuality, associations with water, and flow. So yeah, it's pretty much to make your path or life flow a bit more efficiently, to work on these habits and addictions that are keeping you in the cycle. Alright, so pile number 4. If you guys enjoyed that, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And be sure to check out my Etsy for my personal readings in the link below. And my Instagram, where I post tarot updates a couple of days before I post them on YouTube. Alright, thank you. And that's pile number 4. Pile number 5. If you guys chose this Jasper stone here, so we have Beta Stones, Links, Nana Stones Tradition, and 17, the Pole Star. So the main color I'm getting for you guys is green. That is a heart chakra, overactive, feeling attacked, selfishness, excessive secretiveness, and jealousy. Underactive, afraid of letting go, tendency to withdraw, and feeling unworthy of love. Alright, so for this one here, the Page of Stones, the Links, seeing this as someone who's kind of anticipating someone leaving them, but in a way where they're very independent on them. So yeah, that kind of coincides with being afraid to let go. And it could speak about dependency issues as well. And then we have the Pole Star. So this also speaks about withdrawing. And yeah, I do think because of this one, this is kind of a defense mechanism. And then we have this card that I think just means someone who's not balanced, or someone who's just not comfortable with themselves, and there's a lot of stress going on here. Alright, so for our self-care ritual, we have Look to the Stars. I'm embracing a paradigm shift. I'm letting go of achievement and embracing alignment. I see each challenge as a sacred gift that nurtures my evolution. So for this one, this may not be about a person or even a relationship, but it just could be, for example, a goal that you're going for, or something that you're trying to manifest, and it's like you're kind of expecting it to not be there or to not come to you. So out of defense, you're just saying, might as well just not try, and just kind of withdraw myself. This one especially is saying to change that mindset, to be more confident in your abilities, to kind of change the more calm and sure of themselves. And yeah, this is not off topic, but there are meditations on embracing your paradigm shift as well, or going into a paradigm shift. Yes, so each challenge, so I think because there are some blocks along your journey or some bumps on the road. This can make you feel a little bit pessimistic. It's just saying to not give up and to also embrace those challenges as well. So, I can't remember exactly where I've heard this, but I've heard it in a couple, different videos on YouTube. But it's just kind of saying if the journey to get to where you were was that easy, then it kind of wouldn't be anything substantial. You wouldn't really learn from it or grow from it. So it's been saying that the challenges that you face, the bumps in the road, when you get over them, when you're able to surpass them, you're going to look back and realize that you accomplished a lot more than you think you did. Right? I'll let you go of achievement, embracing alignment. Yes, so this is similar to, I can't remember what card it was or which pile it was, but I'll just say it right there. But I think this is also saying to kind of don't pay attention to the outcome, but focus on your journey. And yeah, like it's saying for the roads, the bumps in the roads or the blockages, to not let that discourage you. And look at the stars. Yeah, this is saying to ask your guidance, your angels, your guardian angels, your spirit guides for that help as well. Right, so pile number 5. If you guys enjoyed that, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And also my Etsy down below for personal readings, and Instagram where I kind of post cards for the piles a few days before I post them here. Alright, so that's pile number 5. Pile number 6. For those of you guys who chose this malachite necklace here. Alright, so we have Queen of Bows here in reversed. 5, the Ancestor in reversed. And 10 of Arrows, Instruction in reversed. Okay, so I think this might be the third eye chakra, but I'm going to double check. Alright, deep breathing. I trust in divine timing and find peace and life's magnificent unfoldings. Right, yes, so I do think this is third eye chakra, mostly because of the blue here and the blue here. And so, third eye chakra, underactive, chronic tiredness, dizziness, lack of common sense, and poor memory. Overactive, nervousness, anxiety disorder, denial, nightmares, scattered thoughts. So, I think a lot of this is about an overactive third eye chakra, especially from this card here. This, usually when it's outright, is someone being very directed, or who's someone's very directed, but reversed, I do think this is about scattered thoughts. So this one, I'm seeing this correlating to anxiety or nervousness, because this figure here, who's usually very strong and very, not that you're mentally weak, but this is someone who's very confident in themselves, and this is someone who is not, essentially. Right? And then we have Queen of Bows here. Yeah, so I also think these two cards are basically saying the same thing. Yes, so I think this, so this whole thing I do think is about anxiety and nervousness, especially when it comes to this card here, deep breathing. Yes, so for those of you guys who do have anxiety disorder, I'm pretty sure you hear this a lot, where you have to be mindful of your breathing, and that breathing at a certain pace can slow down your heart rate and calm you down. This is also, I think this is also saying to take meditation into consideration as well. And I also noticed that she has her hand on her heart. So I watch Aaron Dottie meditation videos, and he often says to put your hand on your heart, and that kind of makes it feel like your intentions are going into your heart center. And this also, I think, can help you feel more in tune with yourself and feel more grounded. I trust in divine timing and find peace in magnificent unfoldings. So yeah, for those of you who are very anxious about something, very nervous about something, I think you're just expecting a certain outcome. Or for those of you who have anxiety disorder, I think some of you guys are expecting a certain outcome. Maybe things aren't going to come out that well, or things aren't going to turn out well for you. And for those of you who are just generally nervous about something, I do think the same thing. But I also think it talks about being a little impatient. So this is saying for a lot of you that you just need to be more patient in where you're going, and of course to meditate, take deep breaths. And yeah, for some of you who do have like anxiety disorder, I know just saying to calm down is really going to cut it, but there are tools out there that can help you, like meditation, deep breathing, ASMR. There are a ton of resources, and even though it may seem debilitating, like I said before, those resources are there to help you out. So yeah, don't feel like you're supposed to be comfortable in this mindset or this train of thought here. Right, so pile number 5, if you guys enjoy that. No, sorry, pile number 6. If you guys enjoy that, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And be sure to check out my personal readings on Etsy and Instagram down below. Pile number 7, for those of you guys who chose this amethyst. If it wants to focus. Alright, so we have 6 of Vessels, Reunion, and Reversed. The Sun of Life, 19. And 2 of Stones, Challenge, and Reversed. Because this is the last card, that means that should be about the crown chakra. Alright, so writing a new story. I'm open to give, and I'm open to receive. Okay, yeah, this is the crown chakra. My body is vibrant and beautiful. Make a vision board. Write a gratitude list. Okay, so these two usually speaks about manifesting. So writing a gratitude list, what that does is, if you're grateful of what you already have, it's like the universe will reward you for that. And it's because you're not in this mindset of lack that you just keep creating more and more. And make a vision board. This is just to plan out your manifestations. And commonly people use Pinterest to make their vision boards. That's what I use, but if you know any other resources or formats, that's fine too. But to me, Pinterest is the easiest. Okay, so I'm open to give. Okay, so I think these cards are correlating to each other. Right, so I think this is about breaking a cycle. So this card here, writing a new story. This one, my body is vibrant and beautiful. Pretty much on the nose there. And I'm open to give, and I am open to receive. So yeah, so this card being reversed is like you're not fighting with yourself or anyone. You're being a lot more giving, open, and honest. Alright, so the crown chakra, characterized by purple, like the amethyst there. It's overactive, superiority complex, lack of empathy, light sensitivity, distrust and rigidity of beliefs. Interactive, lack of purpose, coordination problems, depression, confusion, and lack of faith. Depression and lack of faith. Alright, so for you guys, I think for those of you guys who have body image issues, this is for you guys to be more confident of yourself and explore more body positive media, and a lot of media that empowers you, makes you feel more confident. And I open to give, I would receive this. Yeah, so this is going to distrust and rigidity of beliefs. So seem to be more open, like I said before. Yes, so for some of you guys, it could be about manifestations, especially if you think this is like magic, mumbo jumbo, or whatever. I think to kind of give this a shot, but don't go into it feeling pessimistic, because if you go into it, if you try these methods out and you think it's not going to work, then chances are that's not going to work, because you're already creating that reality for yourself, because you're already expecting it. And oh yeah, so even though it's giving you the reminder that you are vibrant, you are beautiful, I do think this is about an overactive crown chakra. So a lot of you guys could be kind of trying to prove yourself to others, or thinking that you're not enough, because so overactive chakra does have a superiority complex. So it's like you're kind of showing off or trying to prove yourself like you're better than others, but a lot of people, when they do that, deep down they have a lot of doubts about themselves, or they don't have the confidence, so they try to overcompensate by acting superior to others. And this is saying that you are, you create the way you are. Just don't try to overextend yourself or overplay yourself, because it's just gonna make you look like the direct opposite, because people can see right through that. So yeah, I'm writing a new story. So yeah, this is about the superiority complex, or thinking that you're not enough, and being stubborn about beliefs. This is saying to let all that go, let this all, leave this in the past, and just be more open. Other people's beliefs can be just as valid, and it could help you a lot. So that was pile number 7, If you guys enjoyed that, be sure to go down below for my personal readings and to our updates on my Instagram, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.